Hey guys, greetings from Thursday around noon. You're listening to me reading stuff on iTunes and Podomatic. My name's Robin. In case you're new, I'm a visual artist who is greatly inspired by literature, poetry, rap music, and more. So I try to let you in on whatever I may be charged up by at any given time. And I tell you I love you because I do. And I tell you I'm sorry often because I am. And I admit I have problems when I do have problems. And I admit when I'm happy when I am. And I am often enough. I try at least. Oh, and I ask you questions. Here are some for today. Have I been doing this every day? Is this getting old? I feel like it might be getting old. But you know what? I'm not going to stop myself now. I'm already excited to do it. Maybe I'll come up with something else, but I think the questions are fun. Am I wrong? Ugh. I wonder if I really want the criticism, if you guys are sick of it or not. I can't tell if I want to hear it or not. But enough of you respond to my questions, so I'm assuming it's going well for all of us. Okay, questions for today, August 25th. Happy birthday to anybody whose birthday is today. Okay, tell me about a wallpaper from your childhood that you remember vividly. Mine is a kitchen wallpaper in the house I lived in from 6th grade until my senior year in high school. And that's Grapevine, Texas. Yorkshire Meadows was our subdivision name. And it's this blue floral pattern. And the reason I remember it anyway, and I've seen it in photos, but I remember thinking it was like kind of fancy when I was young. I remember when my mom got it installed, and I was like, ooh, we're moving up in this world with this shit. But then later in life, being obsessed with Forensic Files, there was a murder in a room on one Forensic Files episode. This crazy man decided to kill, I think, a hairstylist. And in the crime scene photos, there's the wallpaper. Okay, let's move on from that. What's your favorite way to eat potatoes? You know I love French fries, but I think my favorite way is actually a baked potato. I love baked potato. I love them all, though. Do you have a Pinterest account? And if so, what's your reason for that bullshit? Is it crafts? Is it cooking? Is it fashion? I do. Remember, I told you all about my Pinterest account that I just got maybe a few months back. And I don't check in with it anymore after I got so mad about all of the failed craft projects I did. I'm still pissed about that. But occasionally I'll look for like healthy snacks or yoga poses or something. But I still hate, it's not even a love-hate, it's a hate, yet I'm willing to dive in there. Who do you love more than anyone else in the whole wide world? That may seem like a jerky question. It might even feel jerky to think about it, but I dare you to do it. My answer is Frank Ocean. Sorry, everybody I actually know and interact with. Frank has you beat now. That's just how it's going to be. If you're not listening to the album Blonde, I recommend you do so immediately. Okay, what else do I want to ask you? Have you forgiven somebody recently? Are you attracted to the actor Kevin Corrigan? Are you attracted to the actress Minnie Driver? Hey, who was your first celebrity crush? Mine was a tie between, around the same time, very young, I was really attracted to Adam Ant. Actually, I had a weird attraction younger than that to Thumbelina. A drawing of Thumbelina really had me weirdly mesmerized for years of my childhood. I had a Thumbelina book. I don't know where it went. I don't know who the illustrator was, but there was something going on with Thumbelina. But then I moved on to Adam Ant and Alasdair, who is a character from the Canadian television show you may or may not have seen on Nickelodeon called You Can't Do That on Television. Alasdair was my dream guy. And he really has a look that I still love, like in adults, please. Yeah, it's carried on. I like his whole thing. So those are my 3 top first celebrity crushes. Okay, we got to move on. I could do an entire podcast for the next 10 years about my celebrity crushes. Okay, so let's talk poetry. Today, I'm going to read you another César Vallejo poem. You may remember he's a Peruvian poet, born in 1892, died in 1938, spent a lot of time living in France. He loved potatoes. He went to prison for 105 days. Those are the only 2 biographical bits I'm going to give you today because I like those two together. I like the way they look and sound together. Last time I read you Vallejo, I told you a story about a walk I took eating a croissant, and all of the croissant crumbs were stuck all over my face. This time I'll tell you that my eyelid issue that I told you about last week has gotten much worse, so much so that this morning I had trouble opening my goddamn left eye when I woke up. Are you attracted to me right now? Anyway, it's not good. It's not a good look. It's even worse that I can't see properly while I'm trying to work, and my eyes are itchy and in pain. So send me some good vibes, please, and thank you. The croissant issue was nothing compared to this. But things could be worse. Let's do a little poetic healing right now. I'm going to be reading you from his book of poetry called Trilce. That is a combination word he came up with from... God, now I'm going to forget. Hold on, let me hit pause. Oh yeah, I'm so dumb. It's I don't know if you say triste or triste. Triste meaning sad, and dolce meaning sweet. So that's where that comes from. I'm going to be reading you number 28, and I will put all the links in the description of this podcast, including the one where I like the translation I found on SpanishPoems.blogspot.com, translated by Michael Smith and Valentino Giannuzzi. So, whoa, I almost started coughing. Did you hear that? Let's do it. I've had lunch alone now, and without mother or request or serve yourself or water or father who, in the fluent offertory of tender corn, might ask, through his belated image, for the older clasps of sound. How was I to have lunch? How was I to serve those things from such distant dishes when one's own home might be broken up? When no mother shows up at the lips, how was I to eat the slightest thing? I've had lunch at the table of a good friend with his father just back from the world, with his white-haired aunts who speak in mottled tinges of porcelain, muttering through all their widowed cavities, and with generous settings of happy wheezes because they are at home. Sure, what a feat, and the knives of this table have hurt me all over my palate. Dining on such tables as these, in which one tastes another love instead of one's own, turns into earth the mouthful not offered by the mother, turns the hard swallow into a blow, the sweet bile, funereal oil, the coffee. When your own home is already broken up and the motherly serve yourself comes no more from the grave, the kitchen in darkness, the wretchedness of love. Thank you, Michael Smith and Valentino Giannuzzi and SpanishPoems.blogspot.com. Wow, I really sounded like I was trying to be a radio person there, didn't I? I do want to. Hey, if you want to offer me a job on the radio, my Instagram and Twitter, accounts are ROBYN_ONEIL. That's all I've got for you guys today. I can't wait to talk to you again. Thank you for encouraging After Dark Podcast. If you continue to encourage it, I like that I'm totally fucking everything up once I bragged about sounding like a radio host just then. If you ask for it, I will normally do my best to give you some more episodes. You guys have given me my highest rating so far this week, so I cannot thank you guys enough for listening. You know it means a lot to me. And because of that, I'm going to remind you of my favorite checkoff. Quote, we shall find peace. We shall hear angels. We shall see the sky sparkling with diamonds. Hopefully we shall get our eye problem cleared up. I hope the sun shines on you guys and that you learn to enjoy the shade as well. I hope I do, too. I wish you Godspeed and glory. Listen to the Frank Ocean album and love yourself and others. I will talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.